This is the second installment of this giant 4-foot by 3-foot painting. Gonna be done completely with oils. I think today I'm gonna be focusing on this cat right here, and maybe the eye if I get around to it. Remember, hit that like button. I like it when you do that. I like it a lot. I really want to make this show streamed too. Do this in real time, maybe on Twitch. But for now, we'll just stick to YouTube. Stick to what we know. I don't have a webcam with my computer anymore, with my new computer. So a webcam is something I'm going to have to get. It's on my bucket list. I don't know what color to make this cat. My go-to color is orange. But I believe I'm going to make the giant cat. It's going to be mostly orange. So I may go with gray. The abstract is a new style for me. I was drawing out my 8x10 cats. Just a close-up of the series that I do. And I got bored of coming up with ideas to make each one unique. So I just went crazy and just drew a bunch of shapes with just a permanent marker. And what do you know? It felt like it was the right thing to do the whole time. From every aspect, from painting, drawing it out first. I haven't been doing much else besides abstracts these days. It's been about 24 hours since last time, so these paints have been out for like 48 hours now. And there's nothing dry about them. Very nice. This is very much looking like a clown right now to me. Clowns are the in thing right now, with the Joker movie, Harley Quinn a few years ago. With oil paints as opposed to acrylics, there's definitely a smell associated with the process. There's no smell with acrylics paints. But you need the paint thinner to clean your brushes, even to kind of dilute the paint sometimes. I haven't done it yet on this painting, but I'm sure I'll get around to it. Let's try something new. Nah, let's not. Paint its nose a really dark gray. Oh yeah, look at that. I just picked up so much red where I want it to be just gray. Let's offset it with a little bit blue. Make it look a little more grayer. Oh snap, I just picked up way a lot of red there. Making gray right on the canvas. Now I need a little bit of yellow. I have the attention of a kitty right now. She's wondering what I'm doing. See, look! It's you! It's you if you were an abstract cat. She doesn't like this at all. See you later. Let's be a little bit more careful around the red. Oh, look how much I'm just picking it up. I'm picking it up so well. If you have any painting with oils tips, feel free to share them with me. I'll probably listen to them. Bob Ross, he paints with oils on his show, The Joy of Painting, and that confused me for the longest time. This art project is a journey, not a destination. Sure, it'll look good when it's done, but if we're not having fun while we do it, what's the point? Why even bother if you're not having fun doing what you love? I like to edit videos a lot. That's something that was missing from my life, I think. I'm just slowly working my way into it again. Trying to find inspiration. I'm really working in the oils into the canvas here. And so far it's not looking so bad. I'm actually kind of happy. Remember to hit that like button, share this. Share your love of art, your love of cats. I don't very paint black or gray cats. I like to use the color orange. It's just my go-to color. I say that as I'm going through my orange phase, but I haven't moved on to another phase yet. I'm still painting orange cats. I have painted lots of gray cats though, to be honest. I like the color gray. The color gray encapsulates every color. So it's known as quite a mundane color, but it's so full of life. It's hard to classify a color. I want to go for some paint thinner, but I want it to come off as really thick paint, so it'll be counterintuitive to what I want. I've been thinking about making the giant cat a whole rainbow colored, but I think I'm just gonna make its collar rainbow colored when it's time. I don't know how to differentiate or work on the shading too well. I recently painted a black cat as a giant portrait, a little bit smaller than this canvas, but it's the biggest painting I've done of a real subject that wasn't totally taken from my imagination. It was a challenge. It was like a solid black cat, but how do you make it look like it's smiling? The trick is to go gray and use it as shading, outlining. I'm making such a ruckus painting, the cat is interested. Hey little kitty. You just want to play. I can't play right now. I'm busy. How to paint. First, you're going to need a paint. I use Winsor and Newton, the oil colors, the 200 milliliters. I have 5 different colors: yellow, blue, red, white, and black. And then you get a paintbrush. I have a few. Doesn't really matter. Lots of them, get them from the dollar store. And then you put the paint down on the canvas with the paintbrush, though that is not mandatory. Paintbrushes are not necessarily the answer. You could use palette knives. It's a good thing about using orange cats when I use these red parts. Orange is partially red. Don't tell anybody that's my secret. To make a good orange, I'll never tell, but one of the colors is red. State secrets. Okay, I'm going for a bit of the paint thinner, not much. That's probably too much. See, it spreads so much better, but it kind of comes out a little more translucent. I feel like it's got a little short, stubby tail. Half the trick to painting is just being confident. There's so many times as a kid, I've wanted to draw, but I was just scared of messing up, so I didn't draw. Which, I think was a wrong move. I should have just drawn. Now I feel like I can't draw at all, which is a silly statement to say, as I also say that I'm an artist. Though, you could just call yourself an artist, I found out. No one really call you out on it. Doesn't matter how confident or not you're feeling that day. No one's been like, that guy's not an artist. At least not to my face. Maybe they said it behind my back. Which maybe they have. And thanks for saying it behind my back. I don't want to hear that negative crap in my life. I like to live in blissful ignorance, you know. I was scared as hell painting with oils. Just the concept of it was scary to me. Though, I will say, I don't know why I took so long to do it. I absolutely adore painting with oils now. I think it would be kind of cool to work with a team producing these shows, but it does require a little bit more painting on cue. I think I would be good at it, except I've watched a few of my real-time painting videos. I enjoyed them a lot, but then again, when I watched the previous episode, it feels like there's just a lot more going on. I think I just mixed 2 feet into one there. Maybe this cat only has 1 leg. Shout out to amputee cats out there, or cats that were just born with 1 leg. I didn't put much black. I wasn't planning on making a gray cat when I put out my palette. Hey, so far, this is looking pretty good. Sometimes you just gotta be proud of your own work. Can't leave that up to everybody else. What if they don't like your work? Someone's gotta do it. Unless you have a problem with that, then I will agree to fight you in a boxing match. Unless you're bigger than me. Then I concede. This step is a lot harder with oils than it was with acrylics. With acrylics, everything would be dry by now. But with oils, nothing ever dries. It'll be weeks and weeks before this is dry. Which is a crazy concept to me. I don't even know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do with all my time just sitting there watching paint dry? That's a fun thing people like to do. Watch paint dry. Am I right? Hit like if I'm right. This guy had a wicked big smile. Let's just give him his wicked big smile back. I tried to cover it up with the oils. I'm not going to be too much of around the edge, but I'll do the kind of details within the painting. We'll just save the outline of this cat after the orange is painted. I'm going to try to emulate this green here, over here. A lot of time has happened since I painted that. Almost like 24 hours. I notice I haven't painted any like white spots on the eyes yet. But there's no time limit. You can just take as long as you want. I'm starting with the green. That was a mistake. I want to start with the yellow, because it's kind of tradition. I started drawing this in pencil. I didn't like it, so I switched over to the marker. Did you remember to hit that like button yet? If you did, I'm sorry to berate you so much. And if you haven't, what the heck? Maybe it's too much to ask for people to like your video. To hit the like button, you could like a video without hitting the like button. Liking is just a matter of preference. What if you dislike it? I don't think there's anything wrong with disliking stuff. Hating. I think there's something wrong with hating. But if something's not your taste, who's to say you're wrong for disliking? When Bob Ross paints, he uses something called liquid white. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that does. I mix some red into here, making the green even darker than it should be. Kind of giving it an off green color. Kind of an ugly green, if you ask me. It's not so pure. I like the pure colors. I'm not much of a color study person. I have been studying color a little bit. Yeah, I don't like that red in there at all. Going back to the liquid white. What is that? I really want to know. I really hope somebody could help me. That's just a product? Maybe that's the name brand, like Whiteout or Kleenex or Disney Plus. Do you have a Disney Plus account yet? I like to watch The Simpsons. And that is the easiest way to watch The Simpsons so far. It's never been available on other streaming services as far as I'm aware of. Nothing I've ever experienced before. I heard Netflix is going to be losing The Office eventually. That's the biggest thing I like about Netflix at the moment is the NBC shows. They have one on right now called The Good Place. I like watching that. I've watched it a few times through. Maybe not as much as The Office. But I guess NBC is going to be launching their own alternative to Netflix and Disney Plus called Peacock. And I guess they're going to get a lot of money. They have NBC. Isn't that Seinfeld? That's pretty big. That's a big one. Haven't really seen much on Seinfeld anywhere. I guess on, is it Hulu? The battery died on the close-up camera, so this is now the official camera until the end of this episode. But I'm going to end this at this eye. So, like my video to charge my battery. I'm using the same battery power from these cameras as last installment. I should have charged them. Lesson learned again. How many times do I need to learn that lesson? Well, apparently I haven't learned it enough. At least I got the good audio going. But what if the battery died on the microphone and I just don't know it? And this is all silent. I'm sure you haven't even heard enough of my voice yet. I'm using my left hand to hold the brush. How weird. Go back to my right hand just on principle. How dare I use the wrong hand? I'm sure everybody's offended. Especially those left-handed people. They get so, like, that's our hand. You can't just be using your left hand after you claim to be right-handed. If you were to paint something, what would you paint? I would answer that question too, but what would you think I would paint? I would paint a cat. I'm a cat artist now I could paint other things, but I enjoy painting cats. It's kind of like a way to deal with... It's kind of like the equivalent of writer's block, but with painting. It's a painter's block. I get it all the time. I'm like, what am I going to paint? And then I decided to paint a cat. The process, the floodgates are open. Hey, kitty. The kitty comes to hang out with me. She's right behind here. Oh, you can see her. Ooh, Valerie. Everybody loves cats. That's an overstatement. People who are allergic to cats, they often like cats, but they have to make a personal choice between, I don't know, taking anti-allergic medication to cats, which is kind of a lot to ask, or just admiring them from a distance. I wonder if people who are allergic to cats watch cat videos on the internet. I'm just gonna grab another paintbrush. This one looks good. Grab some white and go blop, blop, bloop, 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 bloop. Even down here on this guy. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, if you like watching me painting, keep watching me painting. This is the end of this installment, but I'll be painting again. I got a big canvas to finish. This has barely gotten started. This is going to be a party for sure. So, remember to like this video, share it with your mom, or else I will.